All right, let's get right into it. Have you ever wondered what really happens inside one of those high stakes, closed door startup pitches? Well, today we're going to break one down. We're talking about a pressure cooker moment where one idea has to be so good it can unlock millions of dollars. We're going to look at the anatomy of a pitch that absolutely crushed it. So picture this: 12 minutes on the clock, $20 million on the line, and the only thing standing in the way is a room full of people who are paid to find flaws and say no. I mean, the stakes just don't get any higher. This isn't just a presentation, it's a fight for belief. So, who's our guy? He's a 23-year-old founder named Ade, and he's basically running on pure caffeine and conviction. He's way up on the 32nd floor of some Manhattan skyscraper, about to face down a team of seasoned venture capitalists. It's the classic David versus Goliath story, you know? And he's got just 12 minutes to make his one shot count. So what's the big idea that's worth all this drama? Well, it's not about building some huge expensive thing. Actually, it's the total opposite. The whole concept is what they call asset light, which means it's designed to be lean, super efficient, and just ready to scale like crazy from day one. The tech behind all this, it's something called edge computing. Okay, what does that even mean in plain English? Well, think about it like this. Instead of building massive, expensive data centers, AZ's company just taps into the spare computing power of devices we all already have, like our phones and our laptops. It's like turning millions of idle gadgets into one giant shared supercomputer. And this right here just lays it all out. On the left, you've got the old way of doing things. You spend a ton of money, it's risky, and if one thing breaks, the whole system can go down. But on the right, that's A's model. It uses what's already out there, it's cheap to run, and because it's spread out everywhere, it's way more stable. That's the genius he's selling them. But you know, having a great idea is only half the battle. Now comes the really hard part, what I like to call the investor gauntlet. And trust me, this is no friendly chat. It is a full-on cross-examination, where every single claim gets put under a microscope. The lead investor, she doesn't mess around. She goes right for the throat with the biggest question of all. What makes you so special? You know, in a world full of startups all claiming to be the next big thing, she needs to know why this one is actually different. And A is completely ready for it. He's got a two-part answer, locked and loaded. First, he tells them the secret sauce is his own unique software that makes his whole network tick. And second, and this is key, he reminds them that he's not in the hardware business. He's just using what everyone else has already built. Then he just nails the user experience part. This isn't some annoying app you have to constantly manage. It's totally seamless. Your phone does the heavy lifting while it's plugged in and charging overnight. You don't have to do anything. Effortless participation, that's like the holy grail for getting people on board. And then, boom, he hits them with the proof. This isn't just some theory he cooked up. 4,000 active users, or nodes, have joined in just 3 months. A number like that just screams to investors, this is real, people want it, and it's already working. And just look at how efficient this thing is. I mean, this chart is kind of mind-blowing, right? You've got a network that's already in 11 countries with thousands of users, and it's all being run by a team of just 4 people. 4. This proves that his whole asset-light idea isn't just some buzzword. It's his reality. But they're not done grilling him yet. Another partner jumps in with the next big challenge. What about the competition? He's basically saying, hey, you're not the only one with this idea. There are like 5 or 6 other companies doing the same thing. How are you going to win? A's comeback here is just brilliant. He takes their biggest concern, all those competitors, and he completely flips it into a strength. He's basically saying, let them waste their money building expensive stuff. We're already ahead because we don't need any of it. He's not the first, he's the smartest. That's his first mover advantage. And here is where he brings it all home for the customer. After showing them how lean and smart the model is, he drops this knockout statistic. Companies could save up to 60% on training their AI models. A number like that, 60%, that makes any investor sit up a little straighter. Okay, here comes the final technical test. And this is a really sharp question. Trying to run a global, decentralized network with its own payment system is a legal nightmare. So how on earth has this 23-year-old kid solved a problem that massive corporations spend millions on? And his solution is just as clever as his tech. He set up an internal credit system, kind of like airline miles. You earn them inside the network, but they don't actually become a real token or currency until you decide to cash out. It's a simple, super elegant way to sidestep a ton of legal headaches. The guy has thought of everything. So he's passed the tech test, the market test, the legal test, but now comes the final exam. After all that, the investors have to look at the most unpredictable part of any startup, the founder. Is this person actually built to go the distance? And the lead partner asks the question. It's personal, it's direct, and it gets right to the heart of founder risk. She's seen the insane hustle, the 4 hours of sleep, and she's asking the one thing on every investor's mind. What happens when you just break? Wow. And that's the answer that closes the deal. It's not about pretending he's a superhero who doesn't need sleep. It's about his motivation. He's not driven by money or comfort. He's terrified of regret. And that tells them his drive isn't just a phase, it's who he is. So Al walks out of that skyscraper, and he pretty much knows he got the yes. But here's the thing about this world. The story doesn't end there. Winning the pitch, that isn't the finish line. It's just the starting gun for the next, even harder race. And this just captures that relentless pace perfectly. The second that massive meeting is over, his phone's already blowing up with the next thing and the next and the next. There's just no pause button. The grind is constant, and it's coming from every single direction at once. I love this final image of him. He's not hopping into a black car. He's on his longboard, pushing himself forward, weaving through traffic. It's such a perfect metaphor for who he is. Agile, on the ground, and navigating a city that is absolutely brutal but is also full of opportunity. So, as we wrap this up, it really all boils down to one simple question for you. We just saw what drives someone like Ah to trade sleep and comfort for a chance to build something. So it makes you think, what's that one idea that you believe in so much you'd be willing to do the same?